The lake was there one day. The next, it was gone. No flood, no earthquake, only through the silence of a single night, centuries-old water, as if from the breast of the earth, withdrew itself. The White Mountain Apaches say, water does not run away. Water calls, and that call arrives from a curse. In northeast Arizona, the White Mountains, a land where mountains speak and the wind whispers ancient names. In the midst of these mountains, there once was a deep lake. Its name was spoken very softly, Tse-na-gai, which means the water that hides its own shadow. There were no fish in this lake. Birds never flew touching the water. And at night, when moonlight fell, the water looked black, not like a mirror, but rather like a void. The elders said, "This is no ordinary water. This is the memory of the mountain." The history of the White Mountain Apaches is not written on paper. Their history is told by the fireside. The oldest story says, long ago, when humans and spirits walked the same path, at that time in this lake dwelt a mountain spirit. Its name was Gan-dah-li. It guarded the mountain, and the lake was its eye. As long as humans respected the mountain, the water remained calm. But one day, humans forgot. On a winter day, a group of young warriors climbed the mountain to hunt. The elders had forbidden it because that day was the night of the fourth moon, the day the mountain spirits awaken. But the blood of the youth was hot. They said, "Fear is not in our blood." By the side of the lake, they surrounded a deer. The wounded deer, with its last ounce of strength, leapt straight into the lake water. Then one of the youths, Nakai, shot an arrow into the water. At that moment, the water trembled, but no waves rose. Rather, the entire lake took a single breath, and the surrounding air suddenly turned cold. Returning to camp that night, Nakai had a dream. In the dream, he saw the lake had dried up, and at its bottom, countless human shadows stood in silence. One shadow slowly stepped forward and said, "You shot an arrow into the eye. Now the eye will move away." The next morning, Nakai went blind. There was no injury to the eyes, but light was no more. Then, one after another, strange events began to occur. The lake water slowly started to recede. At night, the sound of weeping came from within the mountain. Children fell into fever, screaming in their sleep after seeing black water. Hunters lost their way. Then the tribal shaman, Old Stonehand, said only this: "The curse has awakened, the water will leave, and so will our memories." The shamans performed rituals all night. Fires burned, drums beat, mountain herbs were scorched. They called to the mountain. They asked forgiveness from the water, but the mountain remained silent. In the final hours of the night, the shaman said, to stop the curse, someone must go with the lake. Nakai stepped forward slowly. He said, "I shot the arrow into the eye. I will go." On the night of the fourth moon, Nakai stepped into the lake. No one screamed, no one cried. The water consumed him, but not a single wave rose. That very night, the water of the lake, with a single surge, went down. At dawn, the people saw there was no lake, only cracked stones, and in the middle, a deep, hollow abyss. Centuries later, when Spanish explorers came, they wrote on the map, "Locals say a lake was here, but we found nothing." In 1870, American surveyors found limestone tunnels deep underground, as if the water had gone somewhere through them. But the answer to one question no one found. Why did the water leave in just one night? Even today, the White Mountain Apaches do not go to that place at night. They say some things are never lost, they just wait. On rainy nights, sometimes the sound of water comes from within the mountain, but the water cannot be seen. Perhaps the lake has not dried up. Perhaps it has only closed its eye, because the Apache believe the water that carries memory never truly vanishes. And if one day the mountain calls again, perhaps the water will return. But the only question is, on that day, will humans learn to respect again?